What I want y'all to know is that I don't care what disease, ailment, whatever, that if the body is diseased, if it's uneased, if it's not at ease, right? You got to look at that and see why. Because you're creating the reality. And if you want to create the reality of not having that no more, you got to go within because you're creating that. They like, oh, I got to go to the doctor. Or you could go outside. That's why I be posting the plants here. I'm like, you think that this just grass? That's camphor weed. That if you harness it properly, you can do stuff. You can heal a sprain topically. So you might not need, and then you're just like, oh, I'm stressing about the money. But guess what's outside? Growing. Guess what's outside? Or regardless, because they be like, oh, you can't pick certain things. I'll do whatever it is. Whatever you throw at me, I guarantee you I can transmute it. Put a seed in the ground. Read about the benefits of something. Put a seed on the ground, and then you got it. They're like, oh, but I'm going through this right now. Transmute the energy for where you want to be. If you focus on where you're at, you're gonna continue to be there because that's what you're manifesting. So you gotta shift, like, okay, I'm hurt, but I don't want to be. So I gotta think about not wanting to be. Then boom, I walk past the camphor weed. But if I had not, you know what I'm saying? If I had not opened my energy up to being open to, then I couldn't heal myself. So these things be like, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. How you gonna not be hurt? Do you want to stay hurt? That's the question we needed. Do you want to stay there or do you want to not be? So then you should be taking the steps to get where you want to be. And I know sometimes it can be difficult, but that's because you're forming new habits. It's actually not difficult. You just have to keep doing it. Staying in it is what's considered difficult to most people. You gotta keep, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay in it. They're not persevering. They're not being consistent, persistent. They doing it one day, they're like, manifestation didn't work. I say, how many times did you try? If you weren't trying your whole life, would you only just try once? If I couldn't climb that the first time, I'd be like, okay, let me actually recalculate that so that I can get over the gate. These niggas like, I can't get over the gate. Fuck it. I'm like, oh, nigga, I'm getting over the gate. The hell? It's a berry tree over there I need to get. Transmuting energy can be a little bit difficult at first when you're remembering. Because what it is your body holds memory. Your cells hold memory. So it's like if it is used to you being in a certain vibration, neuroplasticity is you got to keep working it. You see what I'm saying? So that the new memory can be in there versus the old one. So I would say, look at a video of neurons in the brain and how dendrites, when they separate from other parts of I'm learning it, you know what I'm saying, from other dendrites, and how they connect with other ones to form new habits. I mean, this is stuff that is happening on a quantum level that you think that is just anger, sadness, depression, but you working on it. You have to think. You have to come in alignment. That's why I say patience. That's why it's like when people fuck up, I gotta learn to be patient. When I mess up, I have to learn it. That's why I say, because I am learning patience, the best thing that I can do for myself is learn to transmute it quicker. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my cousin, I think it was yesterday, and first of all, my cousin don't even know how much she's been inspiring me my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So the crystals that I'm telling you about, that I can tell you the properties of 20 plus, you know what I'm saying? 30 plus. It started out with my cousin giving me her amethyst and her rose quartz crystal. Now I already had some of my own, but I'm like, wow, a person that looks just like me You know what I'm saying? Another mother of life is tapping back into what's actually real. So I value and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for you to be authentic. The people that's in your life need you to be authentic to them. And when they mess up, authenticity, that's just authenticity. Ultimately, I be having to rewire my nervous system. Like, that was an authentic moment. That was really real. You saw it as anger, but that was a real moment for them. Be sensitive to it. Help them transmute it versus, you know what I'm saying? We can all be the wrong or the bad or the toxic person to someone else. You could be the nicest fucking person. They can do Guinness World Record for nicest person. And then, they can do World Guinness Records for nicest person in the world. That person is still gonna fuck up. According to you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They might do something that's not nice. They the nicest person in the world, but that don't mean that they nice 100,000% every second of the day. So that's why none of that shit matter. Who's embodying authenticity? Who's being real? That person is being real. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But when people are frustrated, when they're upset, when they're furious, you see what I'm saying? See, people can passionately kill you. You got to understand energy. It's not about, see, people say passion, what kind? Right? Because these niggas is, when they do mass shootings and stuff, they said they was fulfilling a prophecy. Them niggas said that they felt passionate, driven. They were ambitious about doing that. So you got to understand, you can manifest things in terrible, that's why it's like, you got to shift it, because you got to realize you're doing it every second of the day. You're manifesting everything. Like this white lady that's riding this bike right here. She is manifesting. Hold on, let me turn the camera around. See, they are manifesting that. That right there, even though they're doing that, they think they just riding the bikes and walking the... Look at that dog. You see what I'm saying? They think they walking a dog. The dog is like that though. But you see what I'm saying? Ultimately, they manifested that. Even the dog is like that, y'all. I don't know if they wanted the dog to be like that or what, but the thing is, and you see him, let me show you him. See, he's up there. You see what I'm saying? See, he's up there. He manifested that. Look at him. Stuart Little. I'm just playing. But ultimately what I'm saying is, everything that you do, you are manifesting. You go to the bathroom, that was a manifestation. To go. I know that it sounds silly, but when you start to understand it's micro to macrocosm, you'll see, why the hell am I working for these niggas? Why did I have to lash out? But you see what I'm saying? I think y'all see, I don't know, but hopefully. Persian silk trees. There's Asian pears, Asian apple. There's Asian wildlife. Like, are we connecting the dots? Like, okay, we looking at his story. Right? History. But are we looking at it as separate things, or are we connecting the dots? You can't just stay focused on history as well. You gotta understand, they're fucking us up with science, not history. They're just documenting how they're fucking you up. We gotta understand it. Like, come on, y'all. We gotta understand it. The historical documenting is how they came in there and did what they did and and how they continue to take. And we let them, because now we're in this state of mind of, we subscribe to the same thing. We subscribe to the same things when we not the same. Y'all be like, we the blueprint. If I knew that I was the blueprint, you think I would be working for niggas when I'm the blueprint? They got the jobs so that you won't know that. Them niggas is like, I'm the blueprint. Okay, how can I help you? Hell no. No, ma'am. Creativity. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got the crystals around y'all neck doing the lowest vibrational shit. You will get there. I'm not saying that my people not gonna get there, because I know that they will. We're gonna get there back to where we need to be. We're already there simultaneously, because that's what energy says. That's what the quantum is saying. That's what quantum science is about. So in order for you to see what you want to see physically, you gotta go in that spirit realm, man. Do it as many times as you need to until there is no energetic charge left to trigger you from staying where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Be sensitive to the people around you that are healing. Hold them accountable, but be sensitive to what is going on. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, we have to say, that brother, that sister has come a long way. I am glad that they're not where they used to be. But we already knew that. You see what I'm saying? So it's just acknowledging, and it's encouraging, and it's motivating. You know what I'm saying? So rise above it. You know what I'm saying? Don't dwell in it. I'm learning to talk about something that's called acute body radiation. All right. When we look at pheomelanated people, look up who has that phenotype. I'm talking. All right. So pause it and look it up if I say something that you might not know. But when we look at pheomelanated people, I seen a so-called white man yesterday, actually. This nigga was red from all the way, like, from, you know what I'm saying, from here to there. He was red. But this nigga's legs was white as snow. I said, okay, so acute body radiation is what's going on. See, the thing is, I'm not red. I know I got this filter, but if I take it off, like, let's see if I can get rid of it. I can't. But I'm not red. These niggas are saying red bone. I'm like, where? See, these are titles and things that they came up with, and ultimately that shit don't make no sense. But we can look at him and see the difference in our integumentary system. I'm not red like him. He's inflamed from the inside out, because that's what the sun does to multicellular organisms that shouldn't be here. This is the reason why they're getting off of the planet. You see what I'm saying? Niggas think it's about feelings. I'm like, if you knew what was happening to you on a cellular level, wouldn't you just want to get out? Or like, would you want to keep going, but these are the same people that tell us what ethics and morality is. These niggas want to fuck themselves off. I don't feel how they feel in their body. Like, it was a white lady that was walking. She was like, we not hot. We not the same species. I'm built for this shit. You're the one who's not. So you're undergoing acute body radiation, which is causing you to heat up from the... Hold on, because this nigga, man. Hold on, man. I know he got to do his shit, but that's not finna go on for much longer. Because the thing is, that grass is over there crying. She looking at me, finna crash. You see what I'm saying? If you understand people's brains, you know how to move, ultimately. But what I was saying is, you got to realize we not the same as them. So you can't do shit how they're doing it. You can't do it. That's deteriorating your cells. It's deteriorating your cells. So find and be creative about not, you know what I'm saying, dismantling it. They're like, oh, how is this helping me pay my bills? You still want to do that? Come on, man. That man that's cutting the grass, I don't just think about myself. I'm like, did that grass want to be cut? So I'm studying it. That smell that they release from being cut is them crying. Those are tears. You're smelling pheromones of their sadness. Like, I can smell it right now. So I already told that nigga. I told him when I was driving around, y'all know I was sitting in the car. I already told that nigga, you're not supposed to be doing that. These people cannot feel comfortable on a planet that they're fucking off. If I understand that this is my planet, get your acute body radiated ass out of here. Why wouldn't you want that? You mean to tell me you want your cells to deteriorate quicker instead of just not being here? Save yourself the stress, man. They talking about high cortisol levels. I'm like, I don't know what that is anymore, man. I'm trying not to. But let me show you something that I love. This right here that I'm walking up to is called the Persian silk tree. I was in a different location. I love this tree, man. I was in a different location earlier where you seen it, but this is right where, you see what I'm saying? This right here, this will get rid of dark circles. That will help to get rid of anti-aging. That's very good for the skin. It's antimicrobial. You see what I'm saying? So this stuff is growing around you. You didn't actually have to go do anything. You didn't have to go to their store. You could have just came out here. So if you don't have this, find out what is near you and start to dismantle. You see what I'm saying? If they oppressing you, I'm saying I'm not finna let these niggas oppress me. It's a Persian silk tree. Let me show you this right here. This right here, this is called spreading hedge parsley. Now I gotta be careful because there's also poison ivy that's mixed in. That's why I wear long sleeves. You see what I'm saying? This is why I wear that. I'm not hot. You see what I'm saying? I'm not hot because this is the climate that my body is meant to be in. You see what I'm saying? So as the stuff, that's not supposed to be on the planet gets off, I won't need to do this anymore. You see what I'm saying? Manifest the reality, because that's the truth anyways. So Persian silk tree, man. But this not Persia. They saying that it's Texas. Come on. Let's look at the maps. So then let's look at the maps then. That they was hiding in the 1500s and shit. Let's look at those. Because the maps is just saying this is where we colonized and then we called it this. You say, so I'm from Texas. Well, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, see the big picture, though. It's okay to say it, but no, you know what I'm saying? Because I know we talking, so it's like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? So-called Texas. That's why we say so-called. You feel me? But yeah.